Well, it's another edition of Coach's Corner, and we're joined by Marv Dunphy. And Coach, why don't you tell us a little bit about the first match that you guys had against Ohio State a couple of days ago?
It's good to have Ohio State out. They're a Final Four team from last year, and pretty physical. And we weren't perfect, but we got a couple good wins. And I like close matches because they test you, but also it's fun to win the close ones. And we were pleased, and we were pleased with the support, Sunday night before classes, and our crowd was there. Then Monday there's a football game on, and yet we had a great crowd, so that's really fun.
It's pretty exciting. People would rather watch Pepperdine volleyball than the national championship football game. You're doing something right for fans.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
In that first match, it was really fun to see some waves that we didn't really get a chance to see that much last year because you had so many excellent players to pick from. We got to see Chase Ross with 20 kills on the first evening. Talk a little bit about his role and what his role will be on the team this year now that some people have graduated.
Yeah. It wasn't like all of a sudden this year he's a good player. He was a good player last year, and we just had J.D. Schleppenbach at that position, and Chase did real well on both nights, and lots of kills the first night, and there's a standard to be met, and he's meeting that standard. And Mike McMahon, a freshman, came in and as a libero and played pretty well, and it was good for the Waves.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Mike. Everybody knew Sean Grubbs, and now we have a new kid filling that position. How's he doing so far?
So far so good. And I think it's pretty early for him and for our team. And we want to be as good as we can be, as the season goes on. And I thought he played great defense both nights. And I think receiving serve, he's right at the standard, but we want him to be above the standard that we know is acceptable, and that's his challenge, our challenge. But he keeps his eyes open, his head up, and he's ready to dig some balls, and he dug a bunch.
So that second evening, it was kind of exciting for the crowd to see you guys in that third set denying Ohio State set point, I think 8 times.
Yeah.
How did the Waves find? I know that game didn't turn out in the Waves' favor, but how did you find your way back in there, and tell us about that?
It was 24-16, and you think in rally scoring a game to 25, hey, all I need is 1 point and it's over. And we sided out for 17, and then Sean Peterson hit a bunch of serves in, and we didn't ace him off the court or block him off the court, maybe a couple blocks, but we dug some balls and turned them, and I think digging's kind of contagious, and it seemed like that it wasn't just one guy. We took turns digging and scoring points, and it would have been fun to win that, but it was fun to win in 5. And we, again, it's if you go 5 sets, you always learn something, and but the deal is you don't. A lot of people say you have to learn from adversity. I don't think you have to lose to learn, so it's good to win those.
I like that. What is it like when you play a team one night and then you have them right again the next night?
Yeah.
And you each learn a little something about each other, maybe that you didn't see on paper. What's that dynamic?
A little game of cat and mouse. But we do that when we go to BYU. We play them back-to-back. Or if we go to Hawaii, we play back-to-back. Or when they come here. So it's not uncharted territory. And, there's probably a little bit of voodoo, maybe a little bit of magic, but pretty much, it's who you are. And, it comes down to serving and receiving a lot. A lot of people look at, it's the hitting, it's the setting, and nothing against Casey Kreider. But it's really, how well we serve. Because if we serve well, we serve in and knock them off the net, then, it makes it easier for us to defend. And then if we serve well, then we usually would side out because we have, like a lot of the teams, pretty good firepower. So if we serve well, then we'll probably be fairly consistent siding out.
Okay. Speaking of Casey, what kind of leader will he be for this year on the team?
Yeah, he's playing good volleyball. He's seeing the game well, and he's playing all aspects of it well, and that's neat. I mean, he has good hands, real good touch, good setter, but he's serving well, playing good defense, and I think in those two matches he probably dug more than balls than he dug all last year.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was good to see.
And then finally, we have Long Beach State coming to Pepperdine tonight to play you guys in a conference match. So why don't you tell us a little bit about their team and how you're going to take them on?
Yeah, we have a lot of respect for them. They run a really fast offense, probably the fastest in the league, and in that they set the ball really fast, both to their left side and their right side, and big physical players. Their opposite is a hammer. He was an outside hitter last year, and now he's opposite. And I think this team will be better than last year's Long Beach State team, which is was pretty good. We won 5 games with them, and it was a battle.
Okay.
So that we know who they are, and they know who we are. So it's it's going to be a battle. And I always like Andy Reid was my assistant here for 3 years, and I always like coaching against former players or former coaches that were here, and it's kind of an honor because that there's not too much around it. It's just mutual respect. Let's play volleyball, and the better team's going to win.
Very nice. All right, well, everybody can watch Pepperdine tonight in Firestone Fieldhouse, and if you can't come, you can watch them on pepperdinesports.com, but you really should come. All right, thanks, Coach.